Hi, my name is Terry Beckstrom. I want to talk to you a little about personal and family security. It's an area in which I have a great deal of interest. Having spent 30 years in law enforcement, most recently retiring from the U.S. Department of Justice after 25 years, it's a topic that I've discussed in detail for many, many years. I've written a book on it called Livesafe, and I've written many articles. And I now have a company that, among other things, deals with threat assessments. Threat assessments in schools, churches, corporate, you name it. Here's what I want to talk to you about, though. This I want to be a part of a series that deals with personal security. In light of what's going on in the news today, with a recent school shooting, there's a lot of talk right now. There's a lot of discussion, and there are a lot of people out there who think they have a solution. I'm not one who purports to have all the answers. And I don't think there is any one answer that's going to solve this problem. But in this series that I'm going to do, and this is going to be the first in that series, what I want to do is I want to address some issues that I think need to be addressed, and that I think that we as parents and as students need to understand. But I want to start today with what I think is probably the very basic issue. And I want to address this directly to parents. And if you're a student and you're watching this, teenager, younger than a teen, college student, and you want to pass this on to your parents, then that's fine. This message I want to make clear. Parents need to communicate with their kids. This is something that I've been preaching about for years and years. I've had the opportunity to speak to a lot of schools, to parent groups, to student groups, starting back in 1992. I've spoken at colleges, high schools, elementary schools, middle schools, and I've spoken to a lot of parents. One of the biggest issues that I think that we're dealing with as a nation is we've gotten away from our most basic tenets of morality and decency. And I think we need to move back in that direction. But one of the things I want to talk about today, very briefly, is parents need to be able to communicate with their kids. With the advent of the smartphone and computer games, and all that we have to distract us, to include the parents. Parents have moved away largely from daily communications with their kids. Here's what I'm going to suggest that we do as parents and as community leaders. That we get back to the basics. We start with communication. We communicate with our kids. We communicate every day with our kids. One of the things that I did with my son, who's now in college, is I started from a very early age establishing a relationship with him so that I knew that when he was older, that we'd have an open line of communications. And here's how you do that. You start at an early age, you get down on the child's level, you look that child in the eye, and you listen to that child when he's speaking. You find out what's going on in his life or her life. If your kids are in school right now, whether it is elementary school, whether it's middle school, whether it's high school, whether it's college, I would encourage you as parents to daily communicate with your kids, to find out what's going on, to know who their friends are, to know what they're doing, to know where they're going. You're the parent, and you should know these things. I encourage you to sit down and have dinner with your family every night, if at all possible. To communicate around the table, one of the best things you can possibly do. To have an open line of communication. Not to be critical to your kids, not to be offensive to your kids, but to have an open line of communication, an open dialogue where you're communicating. And you're finding out what's going on in their lives. Find out what's important to them. Find out concerns they have. You can get a lot of information out of your kids. And this is not about interrogating your kids. This is about communicating with your kids, which as a parent you should do. Understand your kids. Find out what they're scared of. Find out who they're afraid of. Find out if they're being bullied. Find out if they know someone who's being bullied. Find out if there's somebody in their school that they're concerned about for safety reasons. Find out if there's anything going on social media that they should know about. This is an important thing. And if we are going to make a change in this country that's going to be different, that's going to have different results, then we're going to have to look introspectively at ourselves. We're going to have to decide whether or not we're actually fully communicating with our kids, and whether we're letting them know on a daily basis that they can come to mom or dad with any concerns they have. And if that means you picking up the phone and anonymously or otherwise letting school or law enforcement officials know about a concern that your kid has, then so be it. Ask them if there's something they're concerned about. And if there is, pick up the phone and notify authorities without delay. Follow up on it. Make sure that something's being done. But the bottom line is communication. Teach your kids a moral code. Let them know right from wrong. Let them know that respect for others matters, no matter what their color is, no matter what their backgrounds are, social standing. You treat everyone the same, with dignity and respect and honor. Kids should understand integrity. They should understand honesty. And parents should be the ones leading them in that direction. Parents should be the ones leading the charge for moral decency, respect, and honor. Teach your kids right from wrong from a very early age. Let them know their consequences, and let them know that they can come to you with concerns. Communicate with your kids every day. Let them know you love them. But find out what's going on in their lives. There are other problems out there as well. And they include drugs, which killed about 60,000 people last year. School bullying is a problem. Guns. Let them know you care. Get to know your kids. Put away the smartphones. Put away your computers, your tablets. And get to know your kids. Get your kids involved with events that are healthy, that promote honesty, integrity, teamwork. Get them involved in team sports. Get them out of the game rooms. Get them off the video games, especially the shooter games. Do something to make a difference.